What's going on, my wonderful people, and welcome to Let's Talk Money. Today I am going to be talking about how you can make $100 per day with passive income. What is passive income? What does that even mean? It's a type of work that you can do where it doesn't really require you to do a lot of active work. It's stuff you can do it on the front end and then kind of lightly work along things through the process of it and then make good money on the back end of everything. And how can you do that? Well, one word for me that I love is Airbnb, and it allowed me to travel the entire world while paying off my own mortgage. How awesome is that? Extremely awesome, first of all. I'll just go ahead and tell you that. I don't care if you agree or disagree, but I will tell you that being able to put your house or a room that is in your house on Airbnb while you are not there or there is something that just provides you another source of income, which is one of the best ways to make more money. Why not if you have that extra space? Why not if you have it available? See, passive income is something that people strive for a long time in their life. Well, this is one of those things that can get you to that next step of life. When we're talking about finances, income, business, whatever you want to call it, it's all the above. It's a way to make passive income, and it's a way to help yourself financially if this is something that you can actually do. I'm going to give you 5 steps on how you can get started with Airbnb if this is something that you want to jump into. So let's do that right now. The first thing I would encourage you to do is get familiar with the Airbnb website. Look through hosting, look through what Airbnb has to offer. If you've never used Airbnb, this is just a platform where you can put your house or your room or whatever it is that you have, some extra space on a website so that people can come and use it short term or long term if that's an agreement that you come to, whenever your house or room is available for them to use. If you've never been able to experience an Airbnb, it's pretty darn cool. You know, you show up, you get a key or a key code, whatever that may be, and you get to use someone's space instead of going to a hotel. So get familiar with the website. There's a lot of different requirements, especially with how the world is going right now. So I would jump into that and just see what it requires. Because without understanding all that stuff, you can run into a lot of roadblocks that might hinder you in being able to actually rent your place out on Airbnb. So make sure you go through the website, get familiar with, certain protocols, certain expectations, things that people are looking for. Go through some of the good listings that are on Airbnb and see what you could provide and if your space works to be able to do something like that, because you got to make sure that you're actually abiding to a lot of codes and rules and things like that. So make sure you just get familiar with the Airbnb website and you'll be good to go from there. Now, before we move on, I interrupt you real quick with this commercial to ask you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that bell, turn on your post notifications, hit that like button, hit that share button, and drop a comment below so I know exactly what you guys are wanting to talk about and what's actually working for you out of these videos. Without further ado, let's get on to the next step so that I don't keep wasting your time with this terrible commercial. See you there. Now, the second thing that I will talk about kind of has nothing to do with Airbnb, but it's more so about the people around you, and it's about the embarrassment of putting something up on Airbnb or people talking. They're like, man, how could you put your room? You're gonna have strangers staying in there. Tell me how many times you've gone somewhere and you've beat someone's stuff up. No, it doesn't work like that, or you were a creep. However, if you constantly live life like that, you'll never be able to get ahead in any situation. Stop worrying about what everybody else has to say and see if this is something that works for you. It's easy to listen to somebody and get discouraged right away. You shoot them this great idea of, hey, I'm gonna rent out stuff on Airbnb. I think this is gonna be awesome. And then someone's like, man, I don't think that's a good idea. And all of a sudden, your little dream of being on Airbnb, making passive income and everything just turns to shambles, and you're like, man, this sucks. I knew this wasn't a good idea. And then you just start this snowball effect of information on why Airbnb is terrible. Are there bad stories with Airbnb? Absolutely, but don't worry about what people are saying. Do the research in your own town. Do the research for yourself so that you can see, hey, is this something that I can go into? Do I have an extra place somewhere where I don't have to be there, and I can set up my house, which I'll get into, and have it available for that passive income, because that's the main goal here, is making a little bit of extra cash. And this is how you can make an extra $100 a day. This is how you can make an extra $50 a day. This is something to get you ahead financially. So number 3 is figuring out how to stage your house or space properly. You've got to make this a welcoming place. You've got to make your home or your extra room or whatever it is that you have going on feel welcoming. There's so many different websites that you could jump onto, even YouTube, how to set up an Airbnb, and I'll kind of show you around my house. It's very neutral colored, gray and white. I've got a few plants in places, and this is what what my house looks like when people walk in. And I've got windows so they see the fresh light coming through. I've got a TV set right there. My kitchen, I've got an island. And I try to keep everything in my house kind of bare and less items put out so that people can feel like they're not overtaken by too many things being in the house. When you walk into the bathroom, it's just cute and put together. When they walk into the room, it's a place to sleep, because you have to remember that most people are visiting wherever they're coming to your house so they can go explore the city, so they can go do things wherever they're at. They're gonna sleep at your house, maybe watch a little TV, maybe be on their phones, but then they're gonna eat breakfast and they're gonna head out. That's usually what happens. No matter where you go, you kind of do that in Airbnb too. You don't sit around the house all day and just do nothing. You go explore the city that you're in. So figure out what you need to do, whether that's automated locks on your doors, maybe getting a key code or something like that. You know, helping people feel comfortable that when they arrive, they'll be able to get into your house clean and clear and not have to worry about talking to people too much, and just being able to just jump into the house, feeling comfortable, and so that they can enjoy their stay. Now, the fourth thing that you're gonna have to do is decide on a nightly rate. What you have to do in this sense is go around on Airbnb and just kind of click through the different areas that's near to you, figuring out what that price is gonna look like. When I do this, I kind of go around looking on Airbnb, hey, what are these people offering? What are they giving people? And how much are they charging? And what area can you find them in? You know, if you're in a newer place, if you're in a newer house, if you have, your house just looks a little bit cleaner and a little bit newer, and it's, you know, newly constructed, you can obviously charge more money. If you're in an area that's closer to downtown or wherever entertainment is, guess what? You can charge more money. If you're close to different things, entertainment places, this is all stuff that's taken into consideration when coming up with prices on how much you want to charge for a nightly rate. So in essence, all you have to do is make sure that whatever you're charging, don't cut yourself too short, but don't try to put yourself above everybody so high that nobody wants to rent out your Airbnb. Guess what? Like I said earlier, people are typically coming just to sleep. Yes, they want to feel comfortable, but if you're charging so much that a hotel beats you out with no effort, guess what? They're going to go to the hotel because they don't have to worry about anything at all. Make sure you're in competition. Go on hotel websites, see what nightly rates are. Go to some of the houses on Airbnb around your area, see what those rates are, and then come up with a good price that is competitive. Make sure your pictures look good, and make sure what you're putting in those pictures is stuff that's actually appealing to the people that are trying to actually rent out your Airbnb. So all in all, you want to put yourself in a position to where you can make money and not just have your listing on there for no reason. Don't try to be the top price unless you're offering top quality nightly stays. And don't try to beat yourself down just to get people in, because then you're just going to hurt yourself and you're going to be doing stuff pretty much for pennies on the dollar, and it's not even worth it at that point when you're talking about passive income. Yes, is the space there, but you don't want people coming in thinking, oh, this is cheap and I'm just going to beat this place up. Make sure you take time to figure out the comps in your area and set your nightly rates accordingly. Now, the fifth thing that I want to encourage you to do is make sure you understand the importance of taking your time and becoming a superhost. Now, what is a superhost, you may ask? Well, a superhost is something that Airbnb actually gives you. It's kind of like when you're on a fan page or you're doing something and they give you like a little badge and it says, hey, this is your top fan or something like that if you're on Facebook. Well, Airbnb actually grants you this, this superhost title, and now people know, like, man, if I actually go to this place, this is going to be a great stay. And it actually pushes you up when you're talking about, hey, where is my listing on the search? What are my nightly rates and all that stuff? Well, it kind of pushes you up and says, hey, this is a superhost. You should definitely come stay with this person. But it takes time. It takes a lot of good reviews. You want to make sure that your place is actually inviting to people. You want to make sure when you're, interacting with them, when they have questions, when there's an issue, that you're resolving it and you're being very compassionate. You're being empathetic with them. You're actually making sure that they know you care, because guess what? When they leave your house, they're probably going to leave you a review on their way home if they're riding with somebody, or when they get there and then Airbnb prompts them to give a review. Now, if you start getting really bad reviews, your listing's probably not going to do too well for you. So if you can become a superhost and really make sure that you take care of your customers, make sure you take care of the people that are coming to stay with you, all of your guests, that you will become a superhost, and that now your listing will get pushed up further and further and further. But this does take time. Don't think that you're going to do it in a week's time. This takes, multiple guests that stay at your house. It took me a while. I'm not sure how many months it took. Make sure you stay focused. Know that this is a long play. You'll make good money. Don't freak out about it. Take your time, become a superhost, and you're going to do great. Now, I hope this video on how to make $100 per day with passive income actually helps you out. I hope that you have the space to be able to go on Airbnb. It's not difficult at all. You just have to make sure that you are maintaining and bringing yourself the standards that you would expect from somebody else. I absolutely loved going on Airbnb. When I was traveling the world, like I told y'all earlier, I was able to travel and know that my mortgage was getting paid off. I was actually making more than my mortgage. How crazy is that? When I was putting my house on Airbnb, my mortgage is, let's say, $1,000 a month, and I was making $1,500 to $1,700 a month, which was also paying for my travels all around the world. I could eat better foods and I could do awesome stuff while making other money. But think about that. You can actually make more than your actual mortgage. Mind blowing, insert sounds, right? How cool is that? Making more money than your actual mortgage and paying it off while other people stay in your house. And then when you want to come home, you get to stay there. Or if you're not traveling, you can stay, with guests in your house. Just make sure you have the right protocols and the necessary rules and everything set in place. And now those people are literally paying off your mortgage or your rent, if that's the case, and you're allowed to actually put your rented house or rooms or whatever it is in an apartment on Airbnb. How cool is that? That you're actually taking an expense out of your life and filling it with somebody that's staying in your house. That's pretty darn cool. I absolutely love Airbnb. I'm a huge advocate of it. Obviously, make sure you're staying safe, do the right things, do your due diligence, do your research, and make sure that whatever you're doing, you're just trying to grow into a place of being able to earn more passive income. However, without further ado, I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it helps you out in some type of sense. And I hope this is something that you can do now or in the future. And this is something that you can build up into, and then so that you can make awesome passive income as well. But I'm gonna have to go ahead and ask you to hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that bell and turn on your post notifications. Make sure you hit that like button, that share button, and drop a comment below so that I know exactly what you guys want to talk about, and give me some feedback on these videos so I can kind of interact more personally and see what you like and don't like. Without further ado, I can't wait to see you on the next video. I'm not saying peace out yet. Thank you so much. You guys are appreciated more than you know. Now I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.